First blood.
Alrighty. Hello. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. We're back playing some more Ace Attorney today. Working on the very last case here of the very first game of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy. I believe when we last left off, we proved beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond a reasonable doubt even, that Mr. Edgeworth is in fact not a murderer, not a killer. And I think that's where the original game actually left off. I think this last case is DLC, maybe? Not 100% sure. But we're gonna give it a shot regardless. I'm interested to see what we have here for the finale. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it and get as much of a head start on this as we can. I know these cases are quite lengthy, so this might be a two-parter. We're gonna find out. I did very briefly play Limbus because I wanted to see what the new stuff was. I just wanted to see. Have I sold the general? Yes. Is there something else that we were talking about? I know we were talking about the potential weird ID verification Discord changes, which are terrible. Let me go on record and say those are terrible. Hate them. Not a fan. And I'm not sure what that means for the Discord as well. It really depends on how things play out here. It seems like a lot of people have the potential to be grandfathered in. But it's a bad move on their part for sure. They're pulling a Microsoft, honestly, with the same shit they did with the Xbox One. Just terrible, terrible anti-consumer policies. It said globally is the thing. I know it's already apparently in play in the UK along with like many other options or sorry applications where they have stuff like that for people in the UK and people in the rest of Europe as well. But it's supposed to be going into effect globally starting March. There was a kidnapping because of Roblox. That's terrible, man. I hope they're okay. I hope the person gets brought to justice. We move into Skype. No, I'm not going back. You can't make me go back. I escaped. TeamSpeak. I don't want to go back to that either, honestly. There's not really amazing options, alternatives here. Murder. Two murder? Double murder. Double simultaneous murder. Oh, I have to fix my wig. Excuse me. Give me 1 second. My wig. been 2 months since Maya left the office. It probably is when we just need to find it. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But, like I said, wait and see. Wait and see situation here. 2 months without a single trial. Imagine if everyone starts using Slack. Hell no. Hell no. I've had offers, but none I took. That is until the day that girl showed up. February 22nd, 10:02 a.m. Wright & Company Law Offices. Why do I come here to the office every day? It's not like I want to work. There you are, finally. Where have you been? My sister's trial is tomorrow. Hi? Who are you? Doesn't matter who I am. It only matters who you are. The famous defense attorney, Mia Fey. That ain't me. That ain't me. Yo, we got a 40-day streak. We got a 3-day streak. I love it. I love to see that. Oh, you're not Mia Fey, are you? No, I'm not. I'm sorry, but Miss Mia Fey no longer works here. She's also no longer alive. So you are? The coffee boy? Ma'am. Behold my badge. I'm a lawyer. I'm Phoenix Wright, an ace attorney. Right. Wait, you're the Phoenix Wright? The Phoenix Wright from the Edgeworths murder case? That's me. Yes, that's correct. It wasn't Edgeworth who was murdered, though. That's a relief, then. You're better than nobody. Wow. Sorry, I'm afraid I'm not taking cases right now. But you are Phoenix Wright, right? The undefeated defense attorney? Look, I'm not accepting any new cases. I'm sorry, but you'll have to try elsewhere. Please? I'm out of time. But... please, you have to help. It's my sister. You gotta do it, Phoenix. You gotta do it. Maya, could it be? Okay, I'll hear you out. Really? Thank you so much. My name's Emma Sky. I'm a scientific investigator. Scientific investigator. As you can see, by this badge, I'm a lawyer. See this? It's my badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. Its composition is mostly silver. The gold plating is flaking a bit. She analyzed it. Scientifically. It doesn't appear to be any corrosion due to sulfides. I'll give you $50 for it. What? Not for sale. Almost done with your scepter. I did. I saw the progress. I did see the progress. Hey, looking good. Emma, was it? So you're a scientific investigator? Yes, that's right. Is something wrong? No, it's just you seem kinda... jumpy? Or maybe just young. Young? I'll be 16 years old this year. Oh, I see. Wait, only 16? I'm about to be formally assigned to forensics in 3 more years. Okay. Well, she knows what she wants to do in her life. I respect that. My work is becoming quite well known at my age, no less. So what exactly is your current position then? Well, legally speaking, I guess you'd call me a 11th grader. But I'm ready to do my job, and at my age, no less. Great, another future professional in training. The case. So what's this about a case? You said the trial's tomorrow? My sister didn't do it. Jesus. Okay, I'm awake. Thank you. She wouldn't stab someone with a knife. She wouldn't. So it's a murder case. I don't care if there's a witness who saw her do it. She didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. It's a scientific fact. And there's a witness. Just talk to her. You have to talk to her. Right, I suppose I will. I promised her I'd bring Mia Fey, but... That's interesting. How would she know Mia? Scientific investigator? What's up, DJ?
Oh.
God. So you want to be a scientific investigator when you grow up, huh? Excuse me? I'm not a child, I'll have you know. Still, it's good to have a goal. I have a very unusual one. I believe investigations should be done scientifically. Don't you? Yeah! Can't fault her for a lack of enthusiasm. If this case is handled scientifically, I'm sure my sister's name will be cleared. Sister? I've been doing research, you know. I developed a new scientific method of case investigation. Mag. Buddy, what? That is your one unhinged message of the day, buddy. It is a hell of a message, too. My goodness. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm looking forward to it. Guess I should get down to the detention center and talk to her sister. Alright, what's the relation to Mia? No, that's all you get. That's all you get. You got your one, you used it. Too bad. My sister asked for Mia specifically. Why is that one so frequent? I swear, it's that and Xeno Poppy like every time. This Mia Fey person was a few years below her in school. So they went to the same school, huh? Okay, we've been getting a couple foxies lately too, my bad. She always told me to go to Mia if I ever needed a defense attorney. And well, I need one. Incidentally, Mia is a woman. Yes, correct, Phoenix. You're right. Mia is indeed a woman, Phoenix. I feel like I missed something in the conversation here. Now that you mention, I guess it is more of a woman's name than a man's. Ah, yes, I definitely missed that part. Well, it's nice of you to help your sister out like this. You must be close. The music stopped. Did I say something wrong? Well, actually, when she gets like she is now, I kind of hate her. Damn! Huh? But she's my only family. Your only family? What about your parents? They died in a car accident. Oh my god! Oh no, bro! Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm sorry for laughing too. That's crazy. Give her a hug right now. No, that's the client, bro. We gotta be professional. Okay, well, we need to go to the detention center and talk to her sister, I guess. February 22nd, detention center visitor's room. I wonder what's wrong with Emma. She got quiet all of a sudden as soon as we arrived. Guard, I thought I told you I didn't want visitors. Sorry, ma'am, it's just your sister. No excuses. Or did you not want a raise this year? Telling me this edge has worth. What's up, Meg? we're a lawyer today. We're doing some lawyer work. Pro bono as always. We don't get paid for this. We never get paid for this. Understood, ma'am. I think Edgeworth might have been the only person that actually paid us. What was that all about? What the hell? Ma'am, you're facing the wrong way. Hi, Lana. Funny. I seem to remember specifically telling you not to come here. Perhaps my memory is failing. Look, I didn't want to come here either, okay? But your trial's tomorrow and you still don't have a defense attorney. I'll be the one in court tomorrow. This has nothing to do with you, Emma. Oh, hello. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Hey, how do you know me? Mia mentioned you. I've heard quite a bit. I'm sorry, what exactly is it that you do? My name is Lana Sky. I'm chief prosecutor for this district. Interesting. You're a prosecutor, you're just like Edgeworth. Wait, if you're Edgeworth and Mia's Phoenix, were you two roommates too? Two sisters, one a lawyer, could this be a coincidence? Emma, Lana, I mean, they're just like... Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Look at my badge. Behold.
Hope.
Your badge looks new. I polish it daily. In a few years, the gold plating will flake off. Then we'll see the real you. Whatever happened to innocent small talk? Give it 3 years, then we'll see what you have become. Damn, okay. What about the case? There's something you should know from the start. Which is? The suspect in this case has confessed to the crime. What? But the suspect is... me. I did it. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, why don't you begin by telling me exactly what happened? The crime took place yesterday, February 21st, at 5:15 p.m. That's quite specific. I was in the witness's You were in the disposition? Oh no, bro! Lana, what are you doing? A witness clearly saw me committing the crime. This is bad. My bad. Oh, sorry, you didn't say that. That was a bit of a bad luck, wasn't it? Jesus. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office.
Get a load of this!
Thank you, I'm hydrated. Lychee! Why, bro? Okay. Tomorrow? Tomorrow, yeah? So you want to play Bayonetta? Moon River, oh my god. Plant, do we want to play Bayonetta Dose tomorrow? Or what day? What day of the week? Tomorrow, okay, got it. Killer 7 will be pushed to Wednesday then. Okay, fair enough. I gotta figure out the emulator stuff then. Okay, the body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. This is not a good start. Prosecutor's office, huh? In your subordinate's car trunk. Classy. I was arrested on the spot, caught red-handed as it were. Well, that's just great. What about the victim? Tell me more. Who was the victim? Investigator with the police department. I suppose the correct term is a detective. Somebody killed a detective. Was it Gumshoe? It better not have been Gumshoe. Death was due to a loss of blood. He was stabbed once in the stomach. Okay. I'm not liking where this is going. By you? Death wasn't immediate, but the wound was fatal. I see. Allow me to repeat myself, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective. You know what that means, don't you? Death penalty? Death penalty? You killed a cop? Death penalty? What? Mr. Wright, what does it mean? Well, it means the police department will consider it a matter of pride to have me found guilty. They will use any means at their disposal to do so. This case could get worse and worse with everything I learned. So, you're the chief prosecutor? That's correct. I'm responsible for overseeing every trial handled by prosecutors in this district. I make sure the prosecutors have what they need to do the job and manage every aspect. Those are my responsibilities in a nutshell. An awfully large nutshell. Still, I'm a little surprised. I would think you'd recognize the district's chief prosecutor, Mr. Wright. Huh? In fact, it seems impossible. You wouldn't. What happened to your hand? Lana? Was that a defensive wound? Yeah, oh, she points it out immediately. Good job, Emma. Lana, what happened to your hand? Oh, this? I cut myself by accident. When I stabbed him, that is. I don't believe that. Huh. I'm not very good at being a criminal, I suppose. How am I supposed to defend this? Time to change the subject. Wait, she was in the class ahead of Mia, wasn't she? What's your relationship with Mia? You were in school with Mia, right? A few years above her? Emma told you that too, did she? Why not? I didn't drag him all the way here from his office. Although it seems he has very little in common with Mia. What? What? It was in law school. I was in my 3rd year and she was auditing the class. She was different than the other students. Different? She was strong. She'd do anything to become a defense attorney. Anything. That was probably why she was attracted to me. Yo? Roommates? Excuse me? Intellectually attracted. Lana was top of her class in school. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't believe that. I was the best there was. Uh-huh. I'm doing pretty good in school too, by the way. Sounds a bit different when Emma says it. They were smart roommates. Oh my god. Well, Mr. Wright? Excuse me? As you can plainly see, I'm admitting my guilt. I think it's safe to say, there's no way you can take this case. None. But Lana... Why? Why are you doing this to me? You never think of anyone but yourself. I know you didn't do it, Lana, I know. So, how can you say you did? If I lose you, I'll be all alone. I hate you, Lana. Oh, God. Mr. Wright? Yes? I believe our discussion here is ended. The rest, I leave to you. What? You mean you're requesting my services as your defense? Don't lose any sleep over it. Your client has confessed, after all. The case is over. Right, I'll do what I can to get to the bottom of this. Lana has confessed to the crime, yes. But something doesn't fit. It's that look at Emma's eyes. There's something else going on here, and I'm gonna find out what. He said, Lana, you are a difficult client. You're not wrong. She's difficult, but not impossible. After all, she does have an ace attorney on her side. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. About what? My sister. She's not always like that, you know? I just never expected to be defending another prosecutor. That is, yeah. No, we literally just came off of proving Edgeworth was innocent of this freaking murder conspiracy he was wrapped up in. She's changed a lot. She used to be so gentle, always smiling. Everybody liked her. I see. Sorry, but I'm having trouble imagining that. What happened to her? I don't know for certain myself. I think maybe she... well, maybe not. Brother. Brother! No! Get that shit out of here. No! We're not saying shit like that. I sipped my water. What'd you miss? Nothing? No, it's not. We're moving on. Sounds like there's something there that defies a simple scientific explanation. Let's go check out this underground parking at the prosecutor's office, shall we? Alright, cool. Let's go investigate the scene of the crime. February 22nd, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Read a book. Oh my god. So this is the lot. This is where it all happened. Looks like they're still investigating. Is Gumshoe here? I swear if they killed Gumshoe, I'm gonna lose it. Funny that my first visit to the prosecutor's office should be like this. Hey everyone, keep up the good work. Jesus, Emma. What are you thinking? Well, they're gonna be my coworkers 3 years from now, after all. No harm in saying hello. Actually, there is. You know, attorneys aren't supposed to examine crime scenes? I'm trying to not stand out too much here, see? Hey there. You expecting to go unnoticed here, partner? Partner? What the hell is that? Why do we have a cowboy at the scene of the crime? With this the good, the bad, and the ugly rip-off music. Yeah, yeehaw, exactly. What do we have here? Looks like a what? A bambolina. A bambina. Okay, looks like a bambina got loose from the ranches, up to no good. What is this man talking about? Folks gotta learn to keep them doggies tied down, partner. Mr. Marshall, you know this cowboy? Oh my god, he's so cool. He shaves with a knife. Marshall looks more like a sheriff to me. Looky here, Bambino. I know how you feel. But this is my gang's gold strike. Strike? This is our claim, our territory, with a mother load of evidence. You're fixing to mess with what's ours. You'll regret it, partner. You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? The what? The what? Huh? You know what dreams the cacti out in the desert dream? You want to? What is going on? What is he talking about, bro? You head along. Did he just take a sip from a flask? This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. You head along home now. Happy trails, Bambina. Emma, I promise you this is not normal. This is not normal activities of the police department. This shit's crazy. Was that hombre a friend of yours, Phoenix? No, not you too, bro. You couldn't tell he was crazy with the cowboy outfit. That's how I immediately knew this man was insane. Kind of, sort of, yeah, he's a detective. A cowboy detective. Who thinks he's a sheriff from the Wild West, it seems. Okay, that was interesting. There's a wallet on the ground. What's this? Wallet? What's this, a wallet? Excuse me, officer. Wait, Phoenix, don't do that. We gotta look inside the wallet first. It might be clues in there, or money. Or money. The rent on that office building is not paying itself. Wait, what are you doing, Mr. Wright? What am I doing? I found a wallet, so I'm handing it over to the police. I don't believe it. This is real basic. Anything at a crime scene is evidence. Let's be scientific about this, please. Just put it in your pocket. So we're stealing from the crime scene. Oh my god. How's that scientific? Sounds like theft to me. Yes. That's 1000% what it is, Phoenix. Okay, well, we hastily stuffed the wallet into our pocket. I'm called to duty already, and at my tender age. How does Discord Turbo work? Does any of that money go to the creators you watch? No? I'm not sure. Hold on. No. I don't see Turbo. You mean Nitro? Or am I tripping? Oh, Twitch Turbo. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not sure. Not sure off the top of my head. This is the first I'm hearing of it. But I assume it has something to do with subs. I think there was a thing last month where there was like 25% off on subs. It was either that or the month before. Well, I imagine something in that department, maybe, perhaps. But all subs, I think even Prime subs, I get a cut of. And then I think I get most of, or all of the bits, specifically, but like the split for subs, it's like 30%? It's either 30 or 50% goes to Twitch, and I get the rest. By the way, her eyes are sparkling. I can tell she's been waiting for this. Okay now. Look at that court record. Do I know why people use Kick instead of Twitch? Oh god. Well, Kick has a lot looser rules when it comes to streaming stuff, so a lot of people that are on there were former Twitch people that migrated for reasons, and the reasons are varied and vast. They also have laxer restrictions on stuff like streaming copyrighted content and stuff like gambling and the like. That's my best guess. But you'll never catch me on Kick, bro. I ain't streaming there. You have to be sure to examine evidence carefully on all sides. Now start examining from every angle. Okay. Look, I think there might be a clue here. Where, Emma? You should check it out with a press of the Enter key. Why do people use Twitch instead? It's like, how do I describe this? It's like, why do people use Steam over Epic? The Epic Game Store, right? Epic Game Store, in my personal opinion, isn't very good. I think Steam is way better. But Steam also has, from the developer, people who are making games standpoint, is there's already a large audience there. You're trying to get the people to not only migrate from a completely different product to another one, but you're also asking them to learn that ecosystem and then still purchase your game on top of that, right? It's a very similar concept. Like, Twitch is the established person in the space that they're in, so there's always going to be difficulty getting people to move. Same shit happened with Twitter. That later became not Twitter, but still Twitter, and Blue Sky, and I think Mastodon or whatever were the competitors in that space. But it's always going to be easier to build an audience or market your product or your service or whatever on something that already has an established user base. I think there's actually like a third one too. It's like Twitch and then Kick, and then there's like a third one for like the people who don't even stream on Kick. It is in fact not Detective Gumshoe. He is alive. This guy's name is Bruce Goodman. He's a sergeant. Yeah, that one, Vega, that one. No, it's not Discord. It's whatever that third one is. But yeah. I don't remember what the name of it, but I just know the shit on there is even worse than the shit on Kick. See, well, isn't scientific investigation useful? I guess, though I don't see what science has to do with it. Goodman's ID. Okay. Let's be sure to examine every piece of evidence we find. I guess I've got to be on my toes from now on. Okay, so can I look at it directly? Ah! Wait. A name and ID number are written here. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID number 5842189. Wonder why they only use numbers for IDs. What else would they use? Letters, silly. They're the reason we have a written language in the first place. Valid. Sergeant Bruce Goodman, ID Yabba Dabba? Yabba Dab? Is Twitch, Epic Games, and Kick Steam? No. I think it's the reverse. I think Twitch is supposed to be Steam somehow, and Kick is Epic Games. Because Twitch, despite all of its problems, is the established product and service in their market of video streaming. Kick is the disruptor in the space. You used to get help with algebra on the hub, bro? You're crazy. You're crazy. Please delete this. Nah, it's gonna stay there for a while. See, wouldn't that be better? Yabba Dab. Well, it does have a certain ring to it. Exactly my point. It doesn't take much to amuse her. We got anything else here? Anything else? Secrets? I remember there was a girl that was teaching math and science on the hub because they paid more. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Alright, we need to investigate the rest of the crime scene and not get distracted. Okay. An exit door. Look, a door. This must mean something. I'm not sure that doors mean anything. No, it won't open. A mysterious lock. I fail to see what's mysterious about it. Mr. Wright, you need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? A ladder. Good job, Emma. Good job. That's a ladder. That's a step ladder. Phoenix, it's a ladder, bro. What's the difference in scientific terms, please? Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This seems so horribly familiar somehow. I don't think there's a large difference between a stepladder and a ladder, but alright, Phoenix, go off. What's up, boss? Welcome back. Nice to see you again. Hope you had a good weekend. We're doing some more Phoenix Wright today. This is the final case in the very first game of the trilogy here. We're investigating the scene of the crime at the moment. We just met a cowboy detective. That was fun. And now we're just investigating a little bit. We're snooping. A phone! Let's see if it works. Hey, don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears! No, my ears! Maybe it's due to the barometric pressure. Emma... I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. What is she babbling about? Hey, what did you just say? See, you can hear just fine. The phone's broken. Also, she read my mind. That was my inside thoughts. This wall was in our way. Not a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This wall is merely a facade hiding the truth. It's a metaphor. Sometimes. This is no wall, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. I used some DBZ Resurrection F on there. This is insane. This is crazy. No clues here. Cool. What about this turned over barrel? Sorry, this oil drum. It's like it's filled with water. It's heavy. I can't even budge it. The drum over there is on its side. Wait, I know. I'll hide in here and do a stakeout. I admire the enthusiasm, but I don't think we need to jump the gun and do all that yet. I think you'll probably just get arrested. That too! In fact, you may not even have to hide in the drum to get arrested. What? I'm not suspicious. What's this? A sign? A stylish glass-walled room. Very nice. You can see the whole parking lot from in there. Oh, that's a room? Seriously? Interesting. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe? Huh. Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. Okay. Too bad they don't have a test for common sense. God damn, Phoenix. Dang, bro. Okay, we can investigate this. What is this? This is where the cars leave the lot. The arrow on the ground makes it look more like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose situation. The theory of relative... What does that have to do with... What? I gotta write this down. Oh, hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relatively German or was he British? Isaac, or not Isaac Newton. He's German though. Einstein. Mr. Relatively. Are you sure that was his name? Name was Einstein. He was German. Oh, I can slide. Okay, yeah, that is, that was where the body was, I guess. Got it. What's this? The Winter Olympics are on right now, and these ones are bloody compared to the summer. They only got one bad crash, but she survived, so it's better than the last one. Was she the one that got airlifted out? Because I think I saw stuff about that earlier this week. And by that I mean like Sunday. No time to waste. Let's get hunted for clues. I wonder what this is. Well, partner, looks like you got no intention of going home quietly. God, the cowboy's back. The sheriff. Like I said before, this here's our claim. You best be moseying along, unless you're fixing to bite the bullet. Not that scary. Not that scary, Phoenix. Can you tell us one thing? Who owns that car? Just drinking on the job. Well, the little filly's got a good nose on her. You want to know who rides that red Mustang with the body in her saddle? Please. No problem, partner. About time for victuals anyway. Why is it like this? Get yourself to the saloon up on the 12th floor of the prospector's office. You mean the prosecutor, sir? Might just find you a cerveza you like. A beer? Hold on. Hold on. Did he just misspell beer? I think he just misspelled beer. This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. That's all there is to it. He's insane. He's actually just insane. Prospector's office. Where does this guy think he is, and when, for that matter? Note to self: look up Vittles, Salute, and Cerveza. Don't look up that last one, Emma. You're not old enough. Maybe we should check out the room 1202, the High Prospector's office. In any case, stay away from the car. You can look around here all you like, just keep your paws off our claim. Right, great. Great, maybe there are some clues around here, Mr. Wright. Let's check it out. Excuse me? Were you two all set? Us? Who are you? What's this? She couldn't be. You're selling lunches? Here? This is a crime scene. Bento. Hello, half and half, was it? Thanks? And you, sir? She has rice balls in her head. Yes. Some crunchy goodness coming at you. Thanks? Interesting way of doing business. This area is off limits to anyone without clearance, especially passers-by. Or are you officers? No, but you don't exactly look like the type to have clearance. Well, that's hardly a way to greet someone. Even if my days as the cough up clean... The cough up what? Are over. Have a good night. Have a good night, boss. Cough up, huh? You know, I'm feeling kind of full. Maybe I'll pass on lunch. I'm quite connected to this case, you see. The images are burned into my eyes, you might say. Yes, all the sordid secrets. Secrets? Dear me, you are a slow one, aren't you? Okay, oh, that wasn't very nice. I'm referring to the murder, the stabbing of that detective. What? Witness clearly saw me committing the crime. You mean you're the witness my sister was talking about? Please, Cough Up Queen, tell us what happened. The name is Angel Star. Don't you go forgetting it. Or before you know it, I'll have you whimpering at my heels. What? Yes, ma'am. I don't trust this lady. What do you know about this? Ooh. Serial number. So this is what the back of the badge looks like. And I always thought it had a safety pin. Each badge has a number carved into it. That way you can tell which attorney it belongs to. You mean you couldn't lend your badge to anyone? No, I'd be found out right away. Well, that's no fun. Okay, anyway, present. A defense attorney must be able to fight. How about you? Do you think you can win? How about tackling Lunchland's Pickle Supreme Lunchbox? What is going on? Anything for the sale. Wow, it's really crunchy. Box of pickles. Kind of a sad lunch if you ask me. Let's talk. What do you know about the case? Somehow, I knew. Yesterday was a day of destiny. I knew something was going to happen. Just like I know that the daily special on Friday every week is salmon. Destiny? Was yesterday special for some reason? You're a defense attorney, right? You should know then. You should know the foul misdeeds of the evil ones who haunt this den of inequity. Evil ones? Prosecutors. They have no qualms at all about blackening the name of innocence. And yesterday they paid homage to the most evil one of all. They gave an award for King of Prosecutors. What a farce. So she's saying there was some sort of prosecutors convention yesterday? You said you want the pickle supreme. It's literally just cut up pickles in rice. No veggies, just pickle and rice. Are you sure? That sounds like heaven. Okay, if you say so. No sauce. No other veggies. No protein. Okay. I was almost compelled to lace their lunches with something foul. Do you have a personal grievance against prosecutors or something? Or is there some kind of scientific evidence of this evil? Young miss, mock me at your own risk. You'll soon find out why they call me the cough-up queen. Ew! The most heinous of all the evil ones, the ones they awarded yesterday. It was in his car that they found the body. Proof that he devours the evilest lunches of all. Really? Really what? I'm totally confused. You too, Phoenix. One thing's clear, this lunch lady has a thing against prosecutors. What did you see? What did you witness? What exactly was it that you witnessed, Miss Star? It was a fascinating spectacle, to be sure. I now feel I know what they say when they talk about a woman's wrath. To see Lana Skye wield that knife so. Her knife flashed in anger, bringing him to a sad end. It was truly a sight to see. I mean, you saw the very moment of the crime? The sound of his silvery ties to this world being cruelly cut still ring in my ears. Oh my goodness. She's waxing poetic. Oh my god, she's still going. In the rhythmic beat of Lana Skye's knife. Wait a second, you know Lana Skye? Of course. Quite a feat becoming chief prosecutor. How many lunchboxes of sin did she pack to make that journey, I wonder? She always travels light. And why would this pretty lunch lady know the chief prosecutor's name? Can we ask you a bit about yourself, Miss Star? I come here every day to sell lunches. I import only the freshest and best from the Far East. For some reason, the boxed lunches are a hit here. Why not make the lunches here rather than import them? Did you say something? No? Only true connoisseurs can understand the power of a bento. The kind you could only tell someone who has tried General Tso's what? Trilobite lunch set? She's serving people bugs. She's serving people bugs. Giant cockroaches. Prehistoric cockroaches of the sea. That clearly looks like a fish though in the picture. I don't know why she calls it a trilobite. Never mind, you win. I don't even want to appreciate... Trilobites flavor. Anyway, I come here every day to sell lunches. My boyfriend works in the security room here at the prosecutor's office. Your boyfriend? See the security room over there? The glass-walled booth? I sell my lunches, and since I'm here anyway, I drop in to see him. Since you're here anyway, I guess selling lunches is more important than romance. So to scientifically analyze the data available so far, you, Miss Star, are a lunch vendor with an ulterior motive for coming here. That was a useful analysis. Not? Okay, Phoenix. Alright, buddy. So I would just be staring at this lady's lunch boxes the whole time. It's my version of my eyes are up here. Did you have a bad experience with a prosecutor, Miss Star? Why do you not like prosecutors? I sense some hostility. Hostility? Ah, perhaps. Prosecutors are all alike, and the bigger they are, the worse they smell. Okay. Kind of like 10-day-old clams in the chowder. Jesus, that's a foul stench, for sure. I wonder if Miss Star was involved in some sort of legal trouble in the past. That'd be a sure cause of food poisoning, scientifically speaking, of course. I mean, now you're talking Call of Queen. I thought she was just a lunch vendor, but now I'm not so sure. Okay. Better sorry this. About this card. Lunchline vendors only accept cash, no cards. Especially not a card belonging to someone else. No, this isn't a credit card, it's an ID card. It belongs to a detective. And you're showing this to me, the lunch lady. Why? That's like showing a fine honeyed ham to a detective. But I always feel like I'm being mocked. Okay, alright. Oh, I can't go back and look at the car over there? Okay, fine. Prosecutors don't shower. The higher they go, apparently. Apparently not. They're all stinky. I guess that includes Edgeworth, doesn't it? Stinky stink boy. My prosecutor's office, room 1202. Okay, I see a steel samurai figurine in the back there. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. What? Emma! Dang! Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes a real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. Phoenix right. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice. Edgeworth? Oh my god. Edgeworth. You're dating the lunch lady, Edgeworth? That's what's happening? Long time no see, buddy. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? You know him from somewhere? Of course. I'm his biggest fan. Oh, God. Oh, no. We have an Edgeworth stan. Oh, okay, alright. My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister is the chief prosecutor after all. He's dating her so he can learn to cook for Phoenix, his favorite roommate. It's an ingenious 3-step plan. 1. Date lunch lady. 2. Cook for Phoenix. 3. Steal his heart. What brings you here, Phoenix? I warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Right here, he... Hey, don't blame me. We're just here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. I feel like that was Edgeworth's car. And you just shit all over it, Emma. Hmm? That would be my car. Oh my god. What of it? Emma, you just keep putting your foot in your mouth, darling. Like, you gotta quit while you're ahead, bro. I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream. Alright, Edgeworth, if you haven't noticed, my badge. I once dreamed of being a defense attorney a long time ago. What? You wanted to be a defense attorney? Yes, my path is laid out clearly before me. I have no time to reflect on what might have been. Okay, what you know about this? Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth. But then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm gonna start getting depressed. You said bring Maya back. I'm sorry, Maya, I was wrong. Nah, y'all hated Maya, bro. How we get Emma? So the body was found in your car, Edgeworth. Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? Well, it'd be pretty crazy if you did, considering we literally just got you off of a murder charge in the very last case we did. After you went all through that... Try again. After you went through all that help to... Deep breath. Breathe out. Exhale. After you went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. There we go. Third tries the charm. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Oh wait, no, she didn't do that. I mean... You can't help yourself, can you? Wait, so you're the chief prosecutor's little sister then? Yes sir, Emma Skye. It's nice to meet you again. Now, that didn't sound forced at all. Now I remember, you've really grown. I'll admit, it was a surprise for me too. To think that my own car would become the scene of a murder. More surprisingly still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait, what did you say? Donna Skye is the chief prosecutor, the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow. You? Mr. Edgeworth? To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all. What do you mean? Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in a trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident. What? That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life. Impossible to stop. But some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. You know about Lana Skye? You just tell me. Chief Prosecutor Skye? Yes, we first worked together on a case 2 years ago. It was my first big case. That's right, I remember. 2 years ago? I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken. Excuse me. Mistaken? Why? I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife. Why do you have a knife, Edgeworth? Riddle me that. Mr. Edgeworth, your knife was the murder weapon? Why did he have the knife? No. To be specific, it was a knife I kept in a toolbox in the trunk of my car. Edgeworth. What? Toolbox for what? What side project? What's your weekend project you're working on, buddy? What's going on? The murder weapon, usually Edgeworth's toolbox. Traces of victim's blood, no prints. Okay. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? God, Phoenix. Come on, can you take a joke? You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright. Alright. Let's investigate the office. I'm looking at a poll for the worst Ace Attorney assistant, and Emma is the second most hated. Oh my god. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Mumbles of prosecutors. King of prosecutors? What was that? It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. Whoa, Emma. We can't put 3 of those together like that, okay? King of Prosecutors. Jeez, Emma, maybe I'm starting to understand why you're second in the poll. It's a great honor. They send the shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? What, so? So that K, that's... K stands for king. Yes. Yes, Emma. K does stand for king. Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of prosecutors. Kind of like employee of the month, only better. Did he frame one of his jackets, or is this Karma's jacket? I think this might be Karma's jacket. This jacket is even lacier than the usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket. Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it. I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe I'll be naughty and take a picture. He's getting way too excited about this. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, alright. My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth. No kidding. Hey, there's a card on it. Back from the dead. Wendy. Wendy? I feel like I've heard that name somewhere before. Windy old bag? Question mark? Beside the giant steel samurai, yeah, I mean... It has to be Wendy old bag. Well, I want one. Huh? Something written on the bottom of his foot. Between a rock and a hard place. Wendy. Wendy, is he Mr. Edgeworth's fiance? No, definitely not. I don't think so. Fair enough. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use, easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Gumshoe. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take that name plaque as a souvenir? Don't. He'll sue you. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's this? Whoa! What a view! Must be nice to have an office on the 12th floor. I guess you would feel important. Incidentally, were you... What? Emma. Were you to jump out this window, the time until impact to the ground would be... Oh my god, she's doing math. Got it. Approximately 3.23 seconds. Handy to know. cute. What a pretty tea set. I go more for the instant tea bags myself. Amazing, the drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this, royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction. There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far. For tea? For tea, Phoenix? Man, that ain't nothing. This is a beginner level tea set, bro. Oh, these are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworths wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe a second time? He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. Hey, a chessboard. I'm not too up on my chest, but it looks like Blue's in a bit of a tight spot. Yeah, he's cooked. Blue is cooked. The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn. Huh? Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And check out that poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Oh my god. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair. Nah, it's nothing. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth has such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pores over his case files until the wee hours of the morning. Then he takes off his jacket, rolls up his sleeves, and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. He's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheeks from the seams. He's so cool. Sofa hair is cool? Okay, I think we're done here. I'm gonna investigate some things like this. The blood? This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyway? Maybe he spends his weekends getting jump scared. Maybe he spends his weekends getting jump scared. Edgeworth in the wild? I think my fruit peeling theory is more likely. What's up, Ed? How you doing? How you doing? We're on the last case of the first game in the Ace Attorney series here. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. There's no way Edgeworth is an outdoorsman. Oh, there's a scary thought. We investigated that. We said there's no prints. Probably doesn't help me at all. Zoom in. Oh, there you go. Alright, okay. Let's get this too then. We'll just... Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here. Moving on to Ace Attorney 2, the case of the sexy defense. I don't think that's the name of it. But yeah, it's pretty high up on the list. We'll get to it fairly shortly after we beat this one, I imagine. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. Oh god. I guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometime. No, ho, no. He says that his name does have kind of a ring to it. Hey, he is in jail. For life, I assume. It is broken. Look like there's nothing I can do to Investigate the fact that the shield is clearly broken, but okay. Oh, karma getting his karma, that's right. Alright, Edgeworth, what can you tell me about this knife? It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense, especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? He's just being a tsundere. He'll come around, eventually. Nah, but Edgeworth, it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. How about this? So basically, this says you were the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. Police department, huh? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. Been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works? Yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award for better or for worse. I mean, yeah, it's lying on the sofa. I imagine he doesn't really care a whole lot. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday. He loves Phoenix. He would take a bullet for his roommate. I'm certain he would. Under that icy interior is a heart of gold. Could you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day of the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. We call it evidence transfer. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There's an annual review and awards for outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when you got the shield? I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back here at 5:12. So 5:12 p.m. Okay, got it. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Parking stop. Oh, yeah, 5:12. February 21st. Edgeworth's parking stub added to the court record. This is the parking stub for the underground lot. The murder took place around 5:15, 3 minutes after he arrived. Never change, Lychee. I think when the chat starts to be super active, to where it's more than I can handle, with just one other person, then I got you. I don't have a hard number in mind right now, but it's been pretty chill. I've been able to smite any bots. The automod catches a lot of stuff, thankfully. But don't worry, man. You're next in line, I promise. So the murder happened right after you got back. Let's spam the chat. No! No, don't spam the chat. I think Automod will catch you before I do. What? Right. I'd appreciate it if you direct that suspicious glare elsewhere. Who is this? Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere in the premises? I'm gonna go full Xbox 360. No. No. I'm Edgeworth. What is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Report? What? Did you find new evidence in the case against Chief Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir? No, sir. No name of that kind, sir. Not in this report, sir. I think I just heard Edgeworths' lid blow. Mr. Edgeworths' lid isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated. Sir, but, sir! I'm just following orders, sir. They told me to bring this to you. I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement. Give me your name. Yes. Yes, sir. Meekins, sir. Officer Meekins. Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. Oh my god. But sir, I didn't know. Poor guy. Like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir? It caught me off guard. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as the patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks? Seems to have finally calmed down at least. Alright. Do you think we could trick the Discord verification thing with an AI face? Probably. If they do truly enact it, that's the first thing I'm trying. If I end up getting the prompt somehow. Police department. February 22nd, police department entrance. We're finally here. Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. It took almost 30 minutes by taxi, and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only been to the criminal affairs next door. Hold on. What's that? I think that might be the police station mascot. And it's seen better days. Disturbing. Why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know. This is the blue badger. That's not a badger. No shot. It's like a Harlequin or something. Little Joker gesture. Trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he doesn't seem familiar somehow. Or he does seem familiar, excuse me. Forget the blue badger. Who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the blue badger? Uh-oh, he noticed me. Sure is running over here fast. Gumshoe? Oh, Gumshoe, what's up? What's good? Hey, pal, what are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why were you dancing over there? What? Well... At least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know, I'm a very busy man, pal. Let's talk. I'll give you one word of advice, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that the chief prosecutor's confessed to the crime. Says she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office, and she killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yes, well, no. I mean, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal. Can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Why is this little girl so peeved at me? Dude, I don't know. She's a relative of the suspect. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister? Just please investigate this case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. By the way, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's a sensitive issue with us these days. What about the investigation, Mr. Gumshoe? What are you doing here, detective? Me? Well, nothing really. They kicked me out of criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean, this time? Then what happened? I don't think they're busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led into criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is our chief of detectives. They're not even letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know this is an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyway, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Oh my god, Gumshoe. Isn't there anything else you could be doing? Chief of Police himself is directing this investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall was assigned to the underground parking lot. The cowboy? God. Okay. Officer Marshall. Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of a crime scene. It's unheard of, pal. Okay. Check this out. Okay, wrong thing. Actually, I'd like to check this. Miles Edgeworth, 1712, or 5:12 p.m. This is dated the day of the crime, on February 21st. Murder took place 3 minutes after Edgeworth parked his car at this time. So at 5:52. Only he was held up at a couple extra red lights. Wouldn't have been caught up in this whole affair. Perhaps it just goes to show you, you never know what will happen when you run a red light. When you run a yellow light, excuse me. Okay. Noted. Gumshoe, here's my badge. Detective, here's my attorney's badge. Show this to me every time we meet, pal. I'll do it again. Real men show their police badge. Enough said. I wish I had a badge. Even an ID card would be nice. Wait. Speaking of ID cards, I found the detective's ID, didn't I? Can I use this to get into the building? Detective Gumshoe? What can you tell me about this? And that works too. Hey pal, this is a detective's ID card. You can't just keep that, you have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see. Bruce Goodman. Goodman. Sounds familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Whoa! Now I remember. Bruce Goodman. He's the victim. That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? So this ID card belonged to the victim. He was a detective like myself. Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground when we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for a case he had handled 2 years ago. Evidence transfer. Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is that Chief Prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. Okay, I mean, what else can I really do here? Here, I'll show you this. This is not the sequel. This is the 5th case in the first game. We will start the sequel pretty soon after this, but not directly after. That would be the first game here. Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Sky to do such a thing? Wait, I didn't mean... I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did it. Someone who must have a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. Ooh, Gumshoe, that is a long list, buddy. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. What could have happened? We have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. we have to go back and see him again? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edgeworth got yesterday. Were you at the award ceremony, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what. It is later. Apparently he's forgotten. Okay. You really like this case. It has been a real doozy so far. We met a cowboy who's apparently a detective. We met a lunch lady who kept trying to sell us lunches as we were interrogating her. There's a lot going on. Oh yeah, also the body was found in the back of Edgeworth's car, which is crazy. There's a lot going on here. And we're barely even halfway, I would say, into the first day here. I was proud of Mr. Edgeworth for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Naysayers must be because of the rumors. Your brother's making you watch JoJo. It's pretty fun. Hell yeah. You starting on the first JoJo? Part 1? Part 1? Question mark? Found in Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed with Mr. Edgeworth's knife. Would drive Chief Prosecutor Scott do such a thing? Okay, I guess the pay stub doesn't give me anything. I'm already in New York. Part 2? Pretty sure that's part 2 then. He's in a tough spot again. Again? It all started with the murder of the defense attorney, Hammond. Netflix, for some reason, merges part 1 and part 2. What the I mean... Guess that's fine. Then I assume you either started in part 2 or you're after... Or you just finished part 1 or something. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth. Forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen the show, but... I'll just go ahead and do that. There you go. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always had unusually strong ties to department higher-ups. It's only natural that people would be suspicious. I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyways, this latest case has started a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. No worries. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing this for all of us. Alright, Gumshoe. That's all I need here. The usual wanted posters are hanging up on the bulletin board. Do you know this face? If you do, dial 911. You know, Mr. Wright, I always thought it was kind of funny. I've never seen anyone who looked like the people in these posters. They hardly even look human. There's a point. I always get excited when I come to a police station. Why is that? It just feels like I've jumped into a movie. What? You know, with all the police and criminals? Well, I don't know if this is all that exciting. Sure it is, look at those two officers over there. You're probably talking about the latest bust. Funny, I thought they were talking about the weather. The detectives in there look pretty busy. Just imagine, right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. Somehow the thought fails to excite me. Look, that patrolman is saluting the other guy. He must be a detective. And then I said, hey, you do that, your soup will get cold, buddy. That's hilarious, sir. I laughed so hard I cried. I guess he wasn't saluting. He was wiping tears from his eyes. They make a good pair. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted in black and white? No idea. Why? I think they're designed after a panda. A panda. Not that I have scientific proof, it's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo, see? What about zebras? Or did they not have those at your zoo? Exactly. The banner here is announcing the crime-fighting campaign. Nice slogan. I wonder if they'll be selling fingerprinting sets. I don't think it's that kind of campaign. What family wouldn't want a set at home? It's good for finding out who snuck into the cookie jar. I think most families can figure that out without the extra help. Okay, with this. I was wondering about that. What? The Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. You made this, Detective Gumshoe? The chief threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered, so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dances until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger, fated to dance until he drops. Dance until you're dead. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? Marshall? Officer Marshall? He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall, is he some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. Sure. Alright. Sure. Let's move on. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Letter of introduction received from Detective Gumshoe allows bearers to investigate the crime scene. Do you mean West Texas? Apparently not. He said West LA. Sure. You say so. I'll be surprised if it gets us anywhere. There are ranches out there in California, but I wouldn't say West LA. That doesn't seem right. Probably a bit further south than that. And east. Does that look like you're supposed to be there? Nobody will look at you twice, pal. Okay, Gumshoe, thank you. Let's go investigate again after we check this. That's it? That's it. Okay, hold on. What is this exactly? Examine. What at? Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to detect. Or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing. Now that sounds about right. At least in that detective's case. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Maybe. Maybe. Alright. Back to the parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still ongoing. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Hello. Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. Okay. What happened to the security guard? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Bambina ain't even Spanish, it's Italian. I know, bro. He also said cerveza and he spelled it wrong. It is what it is. If you want to take a closer look, you have to deal with me first, partner. He used the S instead of a Z. He used an S instead of a Z, yeah. It's El Blanco Nino all over again, dog. A duel at sunset. The winner leaves the loser to dust and takes all. The blood law of the gunman. Note to self. Jurisdiction squabbles are settled by dueling. Emma, that's not true. I think one body per murder case is enough, thanks. Here. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go straight in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog? You holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Ah, think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. Guess I'd better let you in, then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. That's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a second. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective for hire? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. What is this land on about, bro? Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Emma, that's not true. Don't listen to a word this man says. Mr. Wright, what do you say? Say I won't be needing this anymore. Take the gumshoe, letter of introduction, crumpled and discarded. Cool. Ladder? I think we've already seen this. A ladder? That's a step ladder? What's the difference in scientific terms, please? Scientific, huh? Look at the basic nature of things, Mr. Wright. This all seems so horribly familiar somehow. Is it a help me step ladder, I'm stuck situation? What was the joke? Is it, actually... Officer Marshall, can you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Click on all the ladders to get the ladder versus step ladder achievement. That's crazy. That's a real thing? Yes. Okay. That's crazy. Alright. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15 p.m. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest. A fine piece of work. This here's the autopsy report. Cool. Death due to loss of blood, 1 knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So between 4 and 5:30? Okay, so I think he just ended up stuffed in the car, but he might have already been dead or dying. We'll see as we investigate the trunk here. Was my sister involved with the victim anyway? Hey Troopy, you're Southern, do the voice for him. I'm not Southern, but I live in the South, and my dad was from the South. I'll do my best, I guess. Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Why does he keep calling her Prospector? Chief Prospector Sky and Detective Goldman have nothing in common at all. Nothing in common. They apparently worked together on the case a few years back. So there's no motive. Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective either. There's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prospector. My sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Nah, brother. I've lived here for almost 4 years now, actually. But I grew up in the Midwest, bro. I'm from Detroit. Here to this parking lot. So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You call me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. Oh my god. What? Excuse me? I was one of them fancy shoot detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. Keep an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth. Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicking out his cattle run by order of the chief of police. What is he saying, bro? Guess he don't realize it yet. What's a cow dog? It's a neutral term for cowboy or cowgirl. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. Or perhaps the more accurate thing is it's a herding dog used for herding cattle. So you're not from the South, but you know what a cow dog is. I have many Southern family members. Mostly on the dad's side. And I've watched a lot of movies. Inconsistencies. Alright. I'm I'm not on the witness stand right now, buddy. Ease up on me, dog. Alright, what do we got? What do we have here? What's this? Like a cell phone, wow. I'll plead the fifth. Scientific analysis would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yep. Right. Let's check it out. Oh, yeah. The power button. The power button, right? What? Excuse me? This phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button to display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, you never know what people from your generation... She called me old? Rude. Rude. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Mr. Wright's an unk just like you. I know what redial is, damn it. You're the same age as Phoenix, right? How old is he in the first game? I think he's younger than me. I think he's 24. How old was Phoenix Wright in the first game? He's 24. If I played this game 3 years ago, yeah. Now to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. Older than Phoenix Wright? Oh my god, yes. Yes, indeed. This is still Samurai. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on over here? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prospector Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last number was made right when the murder occurred. It was like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I heard a phone ring just now, one of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that? Sorry, that was my phone. Gee, Nix, why do we have the Still Samurai theme as our ringtone? Did Maya do that? What? What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number. I don't think there's a Maya in this timeline. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. They shoot you for everything in Texas, partner. Oh, I'm excited to rap with the Lone Star Patrolman. Cell phone has been added to the courtroom. The court record. Property of Lana Sky, last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Did they really shoot you for that in Texas? I've been to Texas exactly one time in my entire life. I don't know. But they're extremely American down there, bro. Big trucks, big guns. So I wouldn't doubt it. It's truly the land of the yeehaw down there, bro. No need to push this button again. What's wrong? It looked like I do during finals. Never mind, it's nothing. Okay, well, there's other stuff to look at here. A. Seems very important. A block? This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are relegated to B block. Damn. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. What? I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Jesus, Emma, what the fuck? Damn. This rope is it. Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. Maybe. Maybe? Unlikely, but maybe. Gotta be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 6 7 S. It looks like a date, December 2nd. It hurt me to say it, bro. Look, something's written on it. You're right. Let's see. 67S 122. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed? Well, so what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reason, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Oh my god. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Goldman's note added to the court record. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the truck was busted. So somebody's trying to frame Edgeworth. Or they were just trying to hide the body. I think it's probably trying to frame him though. It could be both. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Okay, that's 1-3. Where's the second thing? There's no second marker here. E-block is through there. That's where visitors park. I can see the Lunchland car over there, far in the distance. You're right. I like the cute design on the door. I can see a cartoon clown munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? A cow eating a steak? Yeah. Pretty messed up. U.S. defense attorneys don't get big bucks? They do get big bucks. But if you're a criminal defense lawyer, probably not. Especially with the clients that we're getting. You gotta be like a corporate lawyer or something. Or work for famous people. Or powerful people. Or famous powerful people. But prosecutors are just, at a base level, are gonna be paid more, period. Just don't think too deeply about it. You'll be fine. What do you know about Lana Sky? So there's no I don't even know what that word I was trying to say was. There's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Any condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... There's something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? Were they also roommates? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Tell me about the office atmosphere, Mr. Marshall. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranged testimonies, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you'll find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief prospect of the Land of Sky. We sound like great friends, bro. Mines would do the exact same thing. They never let me live it down. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old-timers say. There's a big old secret hiding around here somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. By the way, Emma. Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? Yep. That popular TV show for kids? The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Updated the cell phone record. Court record, cool. The detective is murdered and the suspect is a top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. Still Samurai is indeed peak. You're not wrong. And we save. Rise from the ashes. Like a phoenix. Alright. Trial. February 23rd, 9:34 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby 2. How did the investigation go, Mr. Wright? Well, you see, we have quite a few things here. So I should probably read the autopsy report, shouldn't I? Is this all there is? Oh, wait. No, that's a new bit of information. Okay. Date and time of death, February 21st, between 4 and 5:30 p.m. We know that. Name is Bruce Goodman, age 36, male. Cause of death, loss of blood from chest wound. Assessment, wound was caused by a 4.5-inch knife. That's a big knife. And a single stab wound was found. I heard Iolong was really good. I think Plant and them went to see it. You might, if it's not in your country, dude, I think you gotta wait until it comes out on streaming services. How did the investigation go? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me, no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. Believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to the trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Sky, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without a Fae helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. Be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. February 23rd, 10 a.m. It's time for court. We're in courtroom 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since this trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I would choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. I feel like I've seen that movie, but the name of it escapes me. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. I think that's Devil's Advocate. I think it's talking about Devil's Advocate. It has Keanu Reeves in it. Yeah, that's a crazy ass movie, by the way. Genuinely insane movie, but interesting one. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The Cough-Up Queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? Ma'am, please do not solicit your meals in the courtroom. Oh, caviar. I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it down. And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks? Would a witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It is too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the hell does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness. Please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I am not finished eating. Hurry up. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Huh? What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? What? Miss Star, a detective? Oh, we might be in trouble. I know you are. Cough up. Cough-up Queen, Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. Jesus Christ. The parking lot of the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans? Added to the court record. I'm sorry, I'm lawyering. Also, I'm not reading those out loud. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. So I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining. If you can, then give them your worst, Miss Star. Wait, are they talking about me? Alright, let's tear her testimony apart. Somehow I always knew my day like this would come. I knew a day like this would come, excuse me. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. When I sensed something, perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. This is a crazy visual. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend, how touching. As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? The time of this is around like 4 to 5:30, allegedly. Why are you bringing someone lunch at 4? She does have 2 rice balls like attached to her hat, and she's wearing it on her head, yes. I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flush room, Mr. Wright. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. I shall. And I will. Hold on a second. Stab with a knife. Parking lot. Oh, hold on. What is this? One second. A. Slot A. Slide over. Slot B. Well, hold on. I've accepted it at this point. It is what it is. Well, we don't really have a location. We just know that they ended up in the back of the car. We don't know where they were stabbed at. Okay, hold on. We're just gonna go through this really quickly. Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something perhaps as my family detective's thing. And I saw her standing next to a garish car. Standing next to the car. Okay, if she's standing next to the car, what? That means it was here. So yeah, that's visible. Yeah, it'd be visible. Yeah. Okay, that's sound. That makes sense. Holding a knife in the right hand. Can't really tell anything from that. As he thrusts a knife into the guy's chest. Okay, start pressing her and stuff. See what she reveals to us. How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The once lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted, given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing off a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. You watched Alien Romulus. I've heard good things about that one. I haven't seen that one yet, though. The last scenes are pretty scary. I might have to give it a watch then. I know my mom would probably enjoy that. That's her favorite series of horror movies is Alien. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I feel that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. If I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro, so as you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. So she has some vendetta against prosecutors. After that, okay, your boyfriend, he's a detective. Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend, you have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applications. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security side. Incidentally, did you bring your lunchboxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in Block B. So when she was in Block B... She was in Block B when she witnessed the crime. Oh, I guess she had to park and walk over. Okay. When I sent something... yeah. You said something, she says. So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like... How would you say? Yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. What? I have no idea what that means. Me either, Judge. Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't a victim, Mr. Bruce Goodman, also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with experience of the streets, a greenhorn. But I must be hard yellow and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Why are we talking about cheese? In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. That gave me nothing. That actually gave me nothing. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor sitting next to a car. By Garrett's car, you mean? Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Mr. Edgeworth's? Incidentally, the knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Indeed it was. What an odd case this is. And the person you saw, are you sure was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. She's telling the truth. We're doomed. Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. What? Oh, you are a biased witness. I mean, possibly. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, Rookie. Huh? Rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. Okay. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism? I might be relegated to the lowly position of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Photograph. You took this? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. Photograph of the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Shit. That is unmistakably Alana Sky. So what was the defendant doing at the time? Holding a knife in her right hand. There's no prints on the knife. Which makes sense, seeing as... looks like she's wearing gloves. Yeah, she's definitely wearing gloves. Oh, God, okay. Tell me more about this knife that the suspect was carrying. I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife, after all. Yes, that's about right. Prosecutors are, by nature, well-versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. You can testify as to her ability to kill an egg. I mean, a person. I mean, you can't testify. Oh my god. Perhaps a chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. So the defendant was holding a knife. What then? Tell the court why you didn't try to stop this crime. Did see her raise the knife to strike, no? The defense has a point. Fortunately, by the time I realized what was going on, it was already too late. Too late. Yes. The next moment, the chief prosecutor brought down the murder weapon. I see. It's only a flush room, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. What do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that. Okay. Intriguing. Autopsy report, possibly? Say where he was stabbed? Cause of death? Chest wound. Yeah, stabbed in chest. Oh, God. I mean, like... It might be something with the hands, I think you're right. Because the only time they mention, like, left and right, it's been... for a reason. I guess, we could cast doubt on it, because, like, how would she know which hand it was? How could you be sure what hand it was, because there's no prints of the thing, and also she's wearing gloves. That's the best I got. So what would that be? The knife, or... picture? Probably a knife. Let's do a knife. Knife! The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Fortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. What? You're on the wrong track? Hold on. Presser on it? Tell me about this knife the suspect was carrying. 4 inches long. Maybe it is the other thing then. It has the picture then. That's the other thing it could potentially be with the hand. How could you freaking be so sure? It's the only thing we got. Here, how about that? And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with a knife. Okay, I think we got it. As I've already said, yes, I swear it on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Sky not holding the knife? Yeah, where's the knife? Thank you, Phoenix. No, I mean, if she's closing it with her left hand, she could still have the knife in the right hand, but the fact that there's no knife at all is a reason for doubt. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. You don't seem confident. You didn't even do, like, the little pop-up thing. Had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. That's what I'm saying, man. Yet it was still stronger than your ever-feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. I object! And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? But it's a black and white photograph. How can you tell it's blood? Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. No problem except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? I'm getting used to it. You got a better idea? Objection? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed the crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. So, that's it? That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated? How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hand in the photograph. Well, those gloves? Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would she have those on? It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing those gloves. Photoshop. It's photoshopped. If only trials were this fun, everyone would be a lawyer. I don't know, man. There's that one trial where the dude jumped over the banister and freaking tackled the judge. That was pretty crazy. There was that one where the dude said that the woman was, quote, thicker than a bowl of oatmeal. That was pretty crazy. There have been some wild moments in court in recent years. I've never seen red surgical gloves. I can attest to that. The judge got Foxy jump scared. Yeah, in real life. Yep. Oh, lordy. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder, serious offense. Your Honor, you can clearly see the Sora AI watermark. That shit fake. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Press that. What if she was just in the habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves? The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. A dude got detained. Oh god. And he said, I'm gonna miss GTA. And the officer said, which one? And he was like, GTA 6. And he told him, oh, you'll have plenty of time for that. That's insane. Oh, Lord. Impressive. I'm sorry I took you off the force, Miss Star. This is bad. He's got them all thinking this was all planned. If you can prove this claim, the trial's already over. Gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. White. We can make it. Said that before. You got anything else? Scientifically speaking, flawless. Oh my god, Emma, you're no help! What do we have? What do we have? Loss of blood. Gloves. Oh boy. Okay, depressing. They give me the same thing. The murder weapon usually in Edgeworths' toolbox traces of victim's blood. So it's in the tool. So how does she have the knife? Edgeworth said he keeps it in his toolbox. I remember him saying that. He says it here too. Well, so for it to be premeditated, that means she would have had to already have a knife on her. So yes, that doesn't make sense. And they said that she took the picture after the murder. I think that's what she said in testimony. Yeah. Yeah. So where's the knife? If that's not it, then like what else could it be? Wire fence I saw the car. On the helm detective situation in this box. Like that. Yeah, man, like, okay. She would have to know that the knife was in the toolbox. She would have to know that he was there at the time. I feel like the parking stub might come into play here soon, but not specifically for this. So everything would have had to line up perfectly. I don't think that's too many things to account for. It could be a ticket stub. It's either a ticket stub or a knife. Let's do a knife first. Knife! Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. Storm Stripper is crazy, brother. How you doing? You certainly have my attention now. I'm trying to pick apart this testimony on cross-examination here. I think we got it. I think we're getting somewhere. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Bloody murder weapon? Oh god, I skipped it. The defendant is the chief prosecutor for the court, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? Yes. This offense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you started... Try it again. You stated that Lana Skye planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me, and the gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Uh-huh, caught. I caught you. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, don't forget the weapon. Great, now the tide is turning in our favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. I don't think it's that easy. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? Tisk, tisk, tisk. I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah! The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant, Lana Skye, murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution needed to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Alright, more testimony. Lana Skye intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Again and again? 1 second. 1 second. What does this autopsy report say? What does it say? Wound was caused by a 4.5-inch, that's very big, knife, and a single stab wound was found. Okay. Yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? We're gonna move on. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Yeah. Testimony. Yep. Yeah, obviously. This is a lie. Behold, the autopsy report. Stacy stabbed him again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. Is that a box? Are you feeding me a box of moss? What is that? I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Starr. What do you mean? I shouldn't have had to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that death was due to a loss of blood from one stab wound. You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth. What a hunk. He's my hero. Really? What about my objection? No one noticed? Well, witness, you got the crime scene set, right? Where does she keep getting these lunch boxes, bro? Thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. This testimony stinks. Boo. Boo, this lady. Boo. And tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Man. Wait a second. Now we're gonna press that. Excuse me? A red muffler. Yes, like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. But she can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. Jesus, that's grim. Okay. She's right. Miss Skye was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Apparently it's another name for a scarf, I guess. But wait. Isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? Uh-huh. Well, people often mistake my beard. For a bib. Judge. Shush. 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 Judge with a bib. That's why this place feels so much like a kindergarten sometimes. Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on your chest. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound. Apparently, Miss Starr isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. Chance for what, I wonder? Miss Starr has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? I mean, add more wax and even a really short wick will burn longer. Oh my god, she's writing it down! Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Honest Guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way. I'm sure Prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Muffler. Is he even wearing it in the picture? Hold on. Hey, man. There ain't no scarf in that picture. What are you talking about? She just lying. Just standing in the court and lying. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? What? That can't be. Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What's my objection? What was my objection? Chopped liver? What was there? A scarf? No, not that, but something red, really. Oh, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness. Continue testimony. Vroom vroom. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. No, that was a car. The nightly car that comes by and rattles the windows here. The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Alright, more testimony. What do you got? After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. How did you catch her? You were in B lot. There's no way you saw that, snapped the picture, and ran all the way from B lot to A lot. Are you crazy? Ma'am. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. This is bullshit. This is some bullshit, bro. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Snar, resistance is futile. Just grasping at straws, yeah. He said not even straws, air. You were quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of a snake? Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snakes. Poisonous snake bites. Actually, venomous? They're venomous snake bites? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Wow. Alright, cross-examine time. There was an oil drum. That's at the actual scene of the crime we saw, but I don't know if that's the thing for this specific piece of the testimony. I still feel like it's like, how the hell did she get from point A to point B so quickly? So where's the partition on the floor pans? Yeah, it's not on the diagram, but it is there. It's like behind this wall. That thing that's blinking, it's behind you on the right. I'm sure she means this wall next to the car. That's right. There was a wall there. Yep, and there are the drums. It was about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. And what did she do then? Welcome back! Miss Angel Star up here on the witness stand is still lying. Just bold-faced lying to the court. Quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. You say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? Yes, I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Yep, this is it. This is definitely it. Nah, press her. I like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The Lunchland car was in Lot B. She was a visitor, thus she was parked in B. So you witnessed the murder from here? That would make it about 30 feet from the car, yes. Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. Well, there was a chain link fence in front of you. I went over it, of course. Bullshit, you went over it. Bullshit. The Call of Queen, Lunch Lady Athlete, indeed. No way. It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. Absolutely, it would have. She instant transmissioned over there. That's how she called her. She couldn't have got to my sister that fast. Nope. No way in hell. The fence was about 9 feet high, too. So how did Miss Sky not get away? I'm calling BS on that. Wait, we have to go back. I'm calling BS. Cough up Queen Goku. Yep. Instant transmission, baby. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are they? What? Oh, that was a little thing we were supposed to get? The dialogue? Okay. I guess that was a good enough explanation for her then. My bad. Excuse me. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler, the scarf. Thanks for that, buddy. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that information, but thank you. Thanks for sharing. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? No, I do not. If I remembered exactly, I wouldn't have told you in my testimony. Dicky. Anyway, all I heard her say was the word muffler. Just that one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else. Yes, the chief prospector was talking on her phone. Phone? She can't mean... Ask further. By phone, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory. It's like a salmon, heading upstream, you see. No, the court doesn't see, Miss Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging in the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. I mean, we know who she was calling, though. It's things I do to please this rookie defense attorney. The word muffler was overheard during the call me to him. Okay, yeah. Saw it all. How she tried to phone the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Let's press that. Do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I'll only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. And she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climbed over the chain link fence. Then when I boldly grabbed her arm, the chief prosecutor hung up her phone. you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? How could she see her? Because there's a 6-foot-tall partition between that and that. So she's making assumptions about what happened. So the floor plans. Right? Yeah, phone's here, partition's there, fences, this thing she climbed over. There is no angle. Almost no angle, especially if she started in front of Edgeworths' card on the other side of that thing where she was able to see that happening. So, I need this. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Lana Star. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought that you would be my knight in shining armor prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Starr, this is a fatal contradiction with your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Let's look at the floor plans again. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the backside of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies! That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lies witnesses told the court. Here's where the counter-attack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... what she saw? Where she saw it, the order of events. Probably where she saw it. That would make the most sense here. Because he's getting a lot of weird things right here, so it's obvious he saw something. So it's either order or where. I want to go with where to start, and I pray that that's the correct answer. Say where. This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie, I see. Let's say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean... Miss Starr, witnessed the crime from a different location. Different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I've ever heard of one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed the crime was here. I mean, there's only one place that makes sense, the security room. Because it's elevated, right? I think it's actually elevated enough where you can see over the partition. But it's definitely not in Lot B. No, there's no way. That's the only thing that's labeled, too, so I'm like, I'm gonna say security room. This is the only place where she could have been. Also, her boyfriend is there, right? The security guard room? Indeed, the security room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Also, she was bringing her boyfriend lunch, too. Yeah. That's the shit I said at the beginning of it, too. Oh my goodness. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutor's office couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime in the back of the partition is in here. I remember in your testimony you said, you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? There it is. Well, Miss Starr? How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Oh my god. Order, witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective, you should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. The guilty is... she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was a defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. Objection! It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. She protected someone. Huh? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. It's either she has a crazy vendetta or she's protecting somebody. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Difference in lighting, distance to the crime, angle of view to the crime. Oh, shit. Angle of view. Why would she say she was in B block? I guess angle. To be able to see where the body ultimately ended up. But no, you can see that from there too. So distance to the crime. Or difference in lighting. Angle of view feels weak. I don't know about. I don't even know if difference in lighting even matters. You do distance. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. That is true. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the seat of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. What she saw was not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Ah, yes. Okay, I see. Alright. Miss Starr, you witnessed the crime from the security guard station. How long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness? You. Yes? You ordered the squid rings, or wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J once to put fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend, of course. He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Before I knew what was going on, before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it. That's crazy. That's crazy. You did all that why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. What a detour. Hell of a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the fitted chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Judge! This is bribery. Stop it. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? Do I? No, but we object anyway? Question mark? 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. True. If you like it al dente. True. I've got lunchboxes that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. This guy dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Coffer Queen has been dethroned, and with that, the court is adjourned. What do you mean, hold it? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? I don't want squid wheels! That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Just another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? A triple decker! Oh my god, he's so easily swayed. Out of defiance to the witness's out of deference, to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the lunchline motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull off her lunchbox this time? Okay. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. If we're gonna do blood types, this is a waste of time. Unless she's like O or AB positive or something, which is a little bit more rare of a blood type, but even that is extremely circumstantial evidence. There was blood found in the shoe? Try Lunchline for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. unless you can pull DNA from it in DNA tests, which I don't think they were capable at the time of this game, it's a waste of time. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed. Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Jesus. In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. The prosecutor's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Sky, allegedly. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine. I'm going to look at his evidence first. Oh, I can actually look deeper at it. There's a bloody footprint in there, too. Cool. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. Yeah, potentially. Potentially, okay. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. 10 footprint. There's blood here too. On the sole of the shoe? It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. This blood, it's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. It might be, Phoenix, it might be. Yeah. You got shoe size? No shoe size? Oh, there's 2 steps. Okay. Cross-examine begins. Like I say, it looks like an 8.5. Oh my god. I should have mentioned these 5 minutes ago when I was looking at the crime scene. After the matter of the victim's shoe, did not bring this up. But 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. The blood type matched up to the offended. Flawless decisive evidence. I don't know about flawless. Let's press this. So you brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence in court, you need it approved. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. She got away with her little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found in the shoe. And the other blood matched this. Can't say for sure that blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. Yep. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow any samples of blood down to just one person. Emma, you're not helping. Or so I hear. It's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But that said, there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. It ties him directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. Okay, what if I press this then? Something, evidence without a fight? You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? No. Something like a hot Mr. Right. Something like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Oh my god. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? A problem? This is critical. Yeah, there is a problem. The blood stain on the bottom of the shoe, right? I know some people who like fish eyes. I've heard they're not bad. I'm not interested in trying it personally. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there is one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. That gleam in your eyes. My dad eats them, he says they're high in iron. Maybe, I'm not sure about that, but maybe. I wouldn't eat them either, personally. I think I'm with you on that one. I think they're gross. The rest of the fish, though, fantastic. That gleam in your eyes, you're still young, rookie. Give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us the problem with this evidence. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Judge, she's threatening me. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. It makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about blood on the bottom of the shoe? He's in the trunk of the car? I mean, if we look at the photo, we can't see blood, like a puddle of blood there. So where the... Ow. I mean, that's kind of the only... Because it wouldn't be this. That's kind of the only thing it could be. Unless it's the blue badger. Nah. Yeah, kind of the only option. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe was covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claims about the shoe. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Nuh-uh. Then where are they, Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene, and we found nothing of the sort. Order. Witness? What? Huh? We're going, right? But it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh, that's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think! Yeah, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? I see. Now I get it. Oh shit. Edgeworth gets it. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. You were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth of her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor turned to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard. A leopard woman! Rawr! Okay. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. Hoodwink like the movie. I like that movie. That's a good movie. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belts in the lunchbox factory. Witness. Well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. I've not watched that movie. I refuse to acknowledge it exists. Water. What does that mean? It washed away the print? Still don't get it right? Do you want me to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? Or do you want to know, excuse me? You don't mean. Yes, the suspect kicked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her. That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoe tie quite clearly to this murder. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe. Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. What? Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But... enough. There was no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. Very well. But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water. This court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me. You have something else? The time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threats don't scare me, the Coffin Queen. Look at this. A photograph. Oh boy. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim. I see no room for error in this evidence. Wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. It's clearly wet. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed in water. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. Seems like this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Right, wet or not, don't be so quick to throw in the towel. god. Get yourself up off the asphalt and take another good look. Don't give up, not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence. Very well, this time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Hold it! Objection! I mean objection! Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then we'll be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. This trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right? Are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Well, the shoe's on the ground. Guy stabbed in the chest. He's in the car. Yeah, with that, the blood could still be on the shoe. That makes sense. There's a license plate. There's something in the muffler. What is that? Yeah, what's this? Does he got 6 toes? I don't think so. The problem in the photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor? You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph. Muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe. I see, and I see. What's that suspicious-looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there is something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I think it has everything to do with this case. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's see what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. The things he said earlier about the muffler, right? The scarf. Oh. Oh, would you look at that? Miss Starr. You're in trouble now. Recall your testimony for the court. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe? Miss Starr ain't shining. Oh my god. You're as bad as them, bro, with the puns. Damn it. If so, this means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I found myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. I remember someone tweaking out and saying they used AI art. This character has 6 fingers, and then it turns out to be a drawing of Stanley Pipes from Gravity Falls. Oh my god. That's funny. Probably one of the only characters in fiction who just straight up canonically has 6 figures. That's crazy. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. That was close. But we made it at least for now. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. 30 minutes? It's lunchtime. Oh my god. He's still hungry. He had 2 boxes of caviar and a jumbo one, bro. He had 3. Actually, that jumbo one was like 3 bentos in one. He had 5 bentos. He's still hungry. Where does it all go? Alright, we're gonna save. We're gonna call it there. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Title screen. Okie dokie. As always, fun time. Love doing some lawyering. We'll get to the bottom of this next time. Tomorrow, we're gonna be starting Bayonetta 2. I have to go and get that emulator up and running. Shouldn't be too bad. I think for Wednesday, we should be able to do Killer 7. I think we'll have Persona on Friday again, and then we can do... Maybe not. Hold it. Yeah, next. What's the next game, buddy? What's the next game? After Bayonetta, what are we doing? Hellas Court? Oh, that should actually be a lot of fun. Okay, cool. You want to do that Wednesday? It's a sword fighting game. A brutal one. Very brutal one. What are you thinking? We're never going to beat Persona 5. We're not even trying to beat it. We're just trying to get to the first dungeon. It's not... It's going to be a while, bro. Just the first palace. I'm going to assume you want me to play that on Wednesday, and we can just shift everything over. But we'll talk later tonight, probably, and you guys let me know. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you all for stopping in. Very much appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.